In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made these clear divided tabs for my A5 ring planner using laminating sheets and these tab stickers. Let's go. Here's what you'll need: a paper trimmer, a hole puncher, a ruler, a pencil, laminating sheets or pouches, a label maker, laminating machine, tab stickers, blank ones like these, an A5 ring planner for reference. So let's go. Now you can find all the details and links of these items in the description below. First, we need to measure the dimensions of the planner insert, the width and the length, and in this case it will be for an A5 size planner. First, we need to measure the dimensions of the planner insert, and in this case it's for an A5. So grab yourself some post-it note or paper and a pencil. We need to measure the width. In centimeters, it's 14.7 centimeters, and the length is 21 centimeters, or it's 147 millimeters by 210 millimeters. Or if you want to go with inches, it's 5 7/8 inch, or 5.875, and 8 3/8 inch, or 8.375 inches. So here are the measurements for an A5 planner insert. We'll take out one of the pages to use as a guide. The next thing I need to do is figure out how many tabs I'll need for the side of the page. So I just grab the tab stickers and with the pencil, make little markings on the planner insert and go down the side of the page and note where each tab stickers start and finish. So with these Carpe Diem tab stickers, it'll take 5 of them against the side of my A5 planner page. Next, I'll cut unlaminated pouches to this size, which will get sandwiched between another piece of laminating sheet. Then we'll end up with the laminated sheet ready to cut as planner dividers. For today's dividers, I'm going to use gloss finish laminating sheets. So we said we will need 5 dividers, so I'll grab 3 laminating sheets as each sheet has 2 pieces to it. Now you can either use the measurements you wrote down earlier, or you can also use the A5 planner page as your cutting guide. Grab your paper trimmer. Now each pouch has 2 sheets or 2 pages, and one of the ends is sealed, so we'll just trim off that rounded end piece. So now we've taken off the rounded end and it is now nice and clean straight edge. Here I'll use the A5 planner page as my cutting guide, and then that way you don't have to do any measurements. Line up the edges and then trim off the excess laminating sheet. Make sure to hold on to any of your cutoffs as you can use them for your other projects. Next, trim off the other end of the sheet. Make any adjustments in case you didn't trim it off well enough the first time like I did here. And now you have 2 separate sheets cut to size, and all you got to do is repeat the same process with the other 2 laminating sheets. Now that we have the inner pieces of our divider sheets, it's time to stick on the tabs onto the side of each cut laminated sheet. Now we only need 5 of them to add these Carpe Diem tab stickers on, so now it's time to pick whichever stickers and colors that you want. Separate each of the cut laminating sheet, and then the 6th piece, again, put it aside for another project. For my side tabs, I'm going to go with rainbow colors, and I'll start off with the red one. Now I'm going to place the first tab at the top of the first laminating sheet and then line up the side of the tab sticker against the edge of the sheet, just like so. Now flip it over and then fold the tab onto itself, making sure to line up the edges of the tab stickers against each other. And once you're happy, press and let it stick onto each other. And there we are, our very first side tab. So that's the first one, and now it's time to add the second tab. Grab a second piece of laminating sheet and then line it up on top of the first sheet, as we will use that one as the guide to where to place our second tab. Next, I'm going to pick the orange colored tab sticker. So I just line up the start of the second tab sticker against the end of the first tab. and sticking it to the second piece of the laminating sheet, which is right on top of the first one. Again, once it's stuck on, flip it over, line up the edge of the tab, fold, and press down. And there we have it. We have the second side tab down. And then you just repeat the same process for the third, fourth, and fifth tabs, placing each laminating sheet on top of each other, so you use the one below it as the guide to place the following side tabs. Do make sure all the laminating sheets are well aligned, and if you have to reposition it, do so in case it slips. So here we are, 5 laminating sheets with the side tabs attached. Now you're probably wondering, how is this all going to work? The sheets are all flimsy. How is this going to function as planar divided tabs? Well, let me show you. First, let me just say I don't actually write on the tabs at this stage because I will add sticker labels. That way, if later down the track I need to swap things around and relabel them, I just need to create new sticker labels for it. Now what you're going to do is grab your laminating sheets again, grab 5 separate pouches which you will use to sandwich the pieces with the tabs attached. Now it's time to sandwich the tab pieces in between a full-size laminating pouch. Now here's a little tip: when you're preparing your laminating sheets, make sure it's on a dust-free surface, as I have quite a few dust and lint on my pieces, as the surface I was working on, the desk has a fabric drawer liner which I'm sure is full of dust particles. So I just grabbed my eyeglasses cloth and wiped off any obvious fingerprints and dust. Next, grab one piece of sheet with a tab sticker and place it in between the laminating sheet. Here I just placed it in the middle, as it's not big enough to have 2 pieces sandwiched in between. Then just do the same for all the tab pieces. Place it in between a laminating pouch and then you're done. Now it's time to grab your laminating machine. So whatever laminating machine you have, follow the heating instructions, turn it on, and for my one, I have to wait until this red light is on before I start laminating. Now make sure you make room at the back of the machine to ensure nothing will get in the way of the laminated sheet when it gets fed through the machine. So on the machine itself, when you feed through the laminating pouch, your machine should have on it insert sealed edge first. That way the pouch doesn't misalign inside, get separated, and then get stuck in the machine. Now make sure when you first feed your sheets into the machine that it is straight and flat, so it goes through nice and easy without any hassle. And now it's time to just wait for your machine to heat up before using it. Okay, the machine is now ready. It's hot enough for us to feed our laminating sheets through. Now as a reminder, we have a piece of sheet cut to size of an A5 planner page with tab stickers added to the side of it. It is sandwiched in between a full sheet, and now it's time to feed each one into the machine, making sure to feed it sealed end first. I'll just make some more room for the sheets to feed through at the back so there's enough room when it goes through. Again, as a reminder, make sure to feed it straight and flat through the machine so it doesn't get jammed inside, and then we wait until it comes through. Do the same for all the 5 sheets, and while we fast track through it, make sure if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you do. Hit that button, click the bell as well to get notified of when I upload new videos. And I also do weekly live streams where I plan and talk through my planners and stationery and how I use them for my productivity and self-care. Now while you wait for the sheets to feed through, clean up as you go, making sure to set aside any of your offcuts for future projects. Now the fun part begins. So grab your paper trimmer again. Now I'm just going to use this colored piece of paper as a background so you can see the clear divided tabs a lot easier. So here you can see the sandwich sheet in the middle, and what we're going to do is cut around it, leaving about a 2.5 centimeter edge or about an eighth to a quarter of an inch margin. The margin you leave will just depend on your personal preference. Do make sure you leave enough of an edge or a margin around the sandwiched piece so then the outer sheet doesn't separate. The sealed edge will make your divider tabs last longer through wear and use. Now, if you do have a paper trimmer, get to know it really well so you know exactly where the blade cuts. If you're a little bit unsure, best to leave a lot more margin or edge to begin with, as you can always trim off more if it is a little bit too much. So here, my first cut, you can see there is quite a bit of a border around it, and for me this is just a little bit too thick, so I'll have a go at it again, cutting a little bit closer to that inside piece. Now do the same for the three sides that doesn't have the tab sticker. When you do get to that side with the sticker, here you'll have to cut a little bit differently. So when you trim the side with the tab sticker, cut the edge first that is right next to the edge of the tab sticker and not the inside piece. Then what you'll have to do is cut around manually with scissors around each tab. Now if you do know your paper trimmer really well, you can trim the edge against the inside piece as close as you can to the side of the tab sticker without cutting past it. Then the rest of the cut, you'll just have to manually continue it with a pair of scissors. Do the same for the other side of the tab sticker, and again, cutting close as you can without passing the tab sticker. Grab your pair of scissors and just trim around the side tab, and then do the same for the other side, rounding off around the tab. Now you can flip your sheet so you can cut it at a better angle, and then you can neaten it as you go. Now as for the corners, round them off so you don't stab yourself with those sharp corners. Alright, so there's one divided tab done. Now again, it is up to you. If you think the edge of these margin is still a little bit too thick, you can trim off to your liking. Now you're going to do exactly the same for the other 4 sheets. Now while I do that, let's talk about why you need these do-it-yourself planner divided tabs for your planner. First, for customization. Tailor your dividers to fit your unique needs and style. Maybe instead of using laminated sheet on the inside, you can use printed craft paper, or even sandwich photos of your family, your pet, maybe a favorite song lyric. You can also do scrapbooking style layout, whatever you like. Next, it's a great way to organize your planner pages. Say goodbye to flipping through endless pages, find exactly what you need at a glance, and finally, durability. With laminated tabs, your planner will withstand daily use without wear and tear. Once everything has been trimmed to size, put your paper trimmer aside and clean up a little bit, ready for the next step. Grab your pieces and get them in the right order. So here are my clear divided tabs using the Carpe Diem tab stickers for pre-made side tabs. Now you can also create top tabs with these tab stickers. All you have to do is divide the top to see how many tab stickers you can fit. Now you can either squish the tab stickers together so parts of it are on top of each other rather than edge to edge, or let me show you what I did previously. So that I can fit 4 tabs perfectly at the top, I just cut off the side edges of the tab stickers, so then that way the 4 tabs are side to side and they look perfect for top tabs as well as bottom tabs. Now it's time to hole punch the divider tabs, and I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers adjustable 6 hole punch. So with these you can hole punch A5, personal, A6, pocket and mini size planner inserts or divider tabs. Now all you have to do is slide these levers to the correct setting, and that way the hole punch are either closer together for the smaller pages, and if it's an A5 size like the ones we're hole punching today, slide it right to the outer settings. And at the back you have this guide that you slide to the correct paper setting, and then you'll know exactly where to place the top of whatever you're hole punching. So make sure it's in the correct setting before hole punching your dividers. And again, it has mini, pocket, A6, personal and A5 guides, and the slider just clicks into place. So once the paper guide slider is in place, when you're going to hole punch your planner inserts or dividers, the top part will stop at the correct place placement, and then all your hole punch will line up in the middle. Now I always double check to make sure it's in the right settings, as you'd hate to incorrectly punch and then you have to make new divider tabs. Before you start hole punching, make sure your dividers are all in the correct order, so then that way the holes will align correctly. And then just punch away. Now with these divider tabs, they are a little bit thicker than your normal copy paper, so make sure just hole punch one divider at a time, press, and there we are. Now I like to make sure I slide the pieces back and forth so I know the edge is lined up correctly, as sometimes something may get stuck in the punch, which stops it from lining up right to the edge of the hole. And again, if you punch it all incorrectly, you have to make some new ones. Now we have all 5 dividers hole punched, ready to go into our planner. Now you can leave your dividers as is, or what you can do is cut little slits into the hole, so then that way if you're moving your divided tabs, let's say from week to week spreads, instead of opening up the ring mechanism of your planner each time, what you can do is cut little slits into the divider, then that way you can replace and remove the dividers without having to open and close the ring mechanism too often, and this can help avoid creating gaps in the rings. But for today, I'm going to leave it as is. I won't cut any slits into it, and I'm just going to pop it into the planner. And now we have new clear divided tabs with colorful tabs for my ring A5 planner. Now let me show you how they look in between the planner pages. Now, of course, best practice is to open these rings via these top and bottom bits, but I'm pretty okay opening mine this way, and I haven't had any gaps between my ring planners. So now let's look at the divider tabs in between the planner pages. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Then all I need to do is label my tabs. Now I have this Make ID Q1 label maker, and then I'll just create and print tabs just like these ones. What do you think? If you like how it looks, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to share it with your planner friends who may also want to make divided tabs for their planners. So clear divided tabs using pre-made Carpe Diem tab stickers. Make sure to check the description for links to the items I used today. So why not make your own clear divided tabs? And if you do, make sure you do come back. Let me know in the comments section how you go. And if you are on Instagram, make sure to share it there and tag me at Mariane Cresp so I can see how yours looks. Thanks for watching, and now make sure to check out this video right here for more tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.